in the heart of Georgia. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Carolina Panthers. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Так, ты что-то там играл.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. The drive will start with an option going left, and he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of on that first play, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw is Jackson. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really get...
Почему ты так плохо кинул, что именно, дорогой? Что это такое было? Объясни мне, пожалуйста, сейчас Ламар Джексон. Что с тобой случилось? Ты вообще не туда кинул.
Difficult this defense is to throw against an interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Well, there's plenty of room to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Off play action. Light. And a quick throw here. That's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Я же мячи перехватывал, почему если помню, 3-2-9, вместо 3, сколько там было.
They want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down. Light. He's got it for a Panther touchdown.
Я не очень понял этого, честно.
Tommy Trimble, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
Ладно.
And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Не впервые.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Out to his left. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson going to keep it running right.
Ты пока разгонишься, что с тобой происходит? Объясни,
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. It's into the sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Ну ведь даже не будет он кидал.
He was hoping for now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Light. Caught by Tremble.
Всем бегать. Почему вообще вот это? Почему ты побежал?
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Touchdown. That's caught. DJ Moore. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis.
Что это такое?
Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio.
Очень интересная игра, Леш. Потрясающе. Великолепно, я бы сказал даже.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit. partner, I know we're in the era of the mobile quarterback, but there's still an element of surprise when that position keeps the football. And what a nice gain on that play.
Ничего не понял, что я сказал, честно говоря.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. He's coming. Double up. Yo. He's coming. Double up.
Now Gordon on 1st down.
Вообще побежал, да, совсем никуда.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Да как вообще, ну это возможно? Вы серьезно?
Picked off by Keith Taylor.
Я их опять даже не буллет скинул, но ёб твою мать, ну серьезно, правда что ли? Как вообще? Я вот, ну невозможно абсолютно тут играть, Алексей.
I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Looking left side.
Почему он сейчас? Ну какой занес? Ну правда что ли? Ну какой занес?
With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now,
блестяще. Первая четверть, 21-0,
Extra
Алексей.
point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 2nd and a yard, Jackson. He's going to sling this deep
как не убежит Барроу. Ну, блядь, Лёш, ну серьезно, что ли? Ну.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Panthers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Ничего не выходит, прям совсем ничего. Ничего не выходит сегодня.
How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. McCaffrey on the toss right. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. 21-0 our score after 1. From the gun on 3rd down. Light. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
Почему это не... Ну, невозможно. Он же даже на ногах сейчас не стоял, когда я так вот сделал.
his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Throwing on first down. Light. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Почему они меняют шаги? Почему они бегут в другую сторону? От чего это зависит?
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On second down, McCaffrey. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To throw on 3rd down, Light. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And his kick here is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and do the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. From the pistol, they run with Gordon. Room here to run. And all the way down to the 12. 79 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Well, we've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On the move to his left.
Почему ты не дернулся? Ну, господи, вы серьезно, что ли?
Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
Блять, ну как играть?
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 23. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. And, CD, you look at this defense, you know, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip, and I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Light. It's incomplete.
Ну, это не перехват. Зато те там все перехватили, как только кому так угодно можно было.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And Joseph Charlton and the punt team on now for the Panthers.
Куда ты
Only
прыгнул?
punted twice in the
Почему
win
ты туда
last week
прыгнул?
as he gets this one away. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
2
2 minutes
минуты.
remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Куда ты кинул? Почему ты туда кинул? Объясни мне, тебе же никто не мешал.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Ты выбил на 17 ярдов.
Will take over now, 1st and 10. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Light.
Ну нет, давайте шлемом пожонглируем. Это же удобнее, чем руки подставлять, штриха сделать.
These two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So a win here in Atlanta would give them the season sweep. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
On 3rd down, Light. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Tremble. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, Light. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds, but not
Ну все, залито вообще все. Ну как можно такого?
Coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line.
And it's out.
Что это за фамбл? Какой вообще? Ты ножкой не туда залупал.
Credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Light. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Falcons' 19-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And this one is right through. So we come upon halftime. Intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. This is McCaffrey on the give. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Просто обошел. Они даже ничего не сделали.
On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Куда наш номер побежал, что объясни мне, кого он побежал блокировать? Ну вот кого? Объясни мне, кого он должен был, что он меня выставил. Вот, он пробежал вообще мимо.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word and I just kept using it.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson now. Sets up the screen to Gordon. Got some room at the 30. And all the way up to the 31-yard line.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 95 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Being chased out left. 1st down and more for Jackson.
And finally taken down
at the 34.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Hey, we got 3, we got 3.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd.
Естественно, это фэт. Если что, это могло быть еще.
He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt.
Спасибо большое.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good.
Насколько у меня получается игра, что я куда-то филд-гол промазал.
Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Light. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Aluakin. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. What did you see there, Charles, on that interception from the rookie?
They've shown him certain looks on defense throughout the first half, and they pulled the string here in the second half because he got used to those looks, and they showed the exact same thing, but changed it up just a little bit where he thought something was open, and now
не туда
with the change in
побежал я,
defense,
дурачок.
it no longer was.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now it's Jackson. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And
Ты даже не прыгнул.
Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers will have
Просто хотя бы прыгни.
taken up past the 30. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to...
Правильно, ведь это самое нужное, что мне нужно. Мне так хорошо игра складывается. Невозможно. Мне подходит.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Hey, here I come, here I come, here I come, here I come.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's complete to Nada, the tight end. And he's going to have a Panthers first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Тоже непонятно, почему так плохо полностью снимки.
Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Oh, nice move. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Light. Over the middle, it's complete. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the
Да,
field.
все
Let's see if
залетает,
this
что ли, я понять
stands.
не могу. Вообще все, что ли,
So a
у
decent
игроков.
gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The catch is made by the
Невозможно,
tight end,
абсолютно.
Nada. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down
Даже бенчи
conversion.
залетает уже. Вообще
Tell you
все
what, partner,
залетает.
the way he's
Все.
been slinging
Все,
in
что
this
есть, все
one, I
залетает.
think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
Off the play fake. Light. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
And the slant complete to his running back, McCaffrey. And
Все проходит, вообще все. Все, что есть, все проходит. Заходите, гости дорогие.
Keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
On 1st down, Light. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense, everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Falcons are going to take possession.
Женя, неотъемная
It's a
страсть к
touchback,
киданию мячей.
and they'll take over
Могли бы
at the
закончить.
20-yard line. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Да, трибун так завелись, поэтому сейчас отыграемся.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Right back to Pitts again. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy.
Почему нельзя было сразу вот так ловить, бежать?
Just keep mixing it up,
От
give
чего
him
это
different
зависит?
angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw, as this play will stand as is. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. There's the stiff arm. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. That one looks like he'll throw here. Yeah, he's just throwing unfortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looking to throw. Light. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are right back in this football game. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 2nd and 10. Throwing, Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Почему ты не перестаешь? Господи, в чем смысл тебе сейчас там было? Объясни, пожалуйста.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end.
Хрена это играть будем.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never